crocodile. Again, if you're with me at the reptile show, we don't like using that term because yes, this species can be found in salt water. However, the bigger individuals like bully and the majority of the population actually lives up in those freshwater areas. There's a lot more food on offer around freshwater. And when we talk about apex predators, okay, top of the food chain, they're going to position themselves in that ecosystem where they have a lot of food at their disposal. Okay, so it makes sense that they're in the fresh water, which is why the commonly referred to name nowadays, stay, is the estuarine crocodile, because an estuary is again a term given to salt and freshwater environments. Now, this is really good. Willie's going to hopefully put on a really good show for you guys today. So we're going to move him around. We're going to be getting him exercising, because it's very important, particularly here in captivity, that we exercise our crocodiles. Oh, that was a cracker. So I couldn't have timed that any better, in fact. What we're hearing right there is what we refer to as a jaw slap, or a jaw pop is the other term. It is simply the highest recorded bite pressure of any animal on the planet. That right then was about 2.5 tons of bite pressure. Actually 3,500 PSI. Okay, that's quite remarkable when we think about it, when we break it down. We don't really have anything to compare 2.5 tons of bite pressure against. But the average person has a closing force to their jaws of 100 PSI. Okay, the largest record of a land-based carnivore is the African hyena, 1,100 PSI. The estuarine crocodile, 3,500 PSI. Okay, it's quite remarkable the amount of pressure these guys have at their disposal. So we'll see if we can get another accurate representation here. Oh, I wasn't quick enough. We'll try again. So we want him to raise his head up. He's going to concentrate on that bit of food. And then hopefully those jaws will slam shut with a tremendous amount of pressure. So again, you may think that we're actually teasing the crocodile here, guys, but it is very important, as I was saying, that we get our crocs working, because in captivity we cannot feed them live food, much like they would be feeding on in the wild. Okay, so the way again that we exercise them is we move them around their enclosure. We get them demonstrating these natural behaviours like the vertical jump. We hopefully get a good one here. Come on. Up he goes. Okay, so he's using that powerful tail and he's propelling himself up, you know, probably a good metre and a bit. Now, to think that this crocodile weighs 800 kilos, okay, and he's throwing that body weight around with ease. It just goes to show you how much, look at the food please, how much that tail can potentially propel them in a straight out direction. So again, crocodiles are a potential threat to us as people, particularly as, you know, we're going down in and around the water. You know, things like fishing and, you know, camping and boating. If we position ourselves in close proximity to the water's edge, this animal will look at us as food. Okay, they're an opportunistic predator, which means if the opportunity is there, he's going to seize it. Now, he doesn't discriminate against what is food, whether that's a kangaroo, a wallaby, a fish, a crab in the water, whether that's livestock, 0.5 ton's worth of introduced water buffalo, feral pig, it doesn't matter. Okay, the sheer presence of an animal in and around the water is food for this very important animal. Beautiful, thanks, Lily. Now, something that's also really unique with this particular crocodile, okay, he was locally caught and removed. So again, there's a myth getting around that crocs are, or big crocs, are only found in remote areas. Far from the truth. Okay, perfect example right here. And our next crocodile is also another perfect example. So Bully was removed in August of 2013 from the Mona boat ramp, which is only about 150 k's north of Townsville, in the community of Halifax, which is up near Ingham. So he was removed because he was sighted multiple times in and around the boat ramp at Mona. And the crocodile management plan at the time stipulated him a crocodile of concern, and he was targeted for removal. So, you know, there is a little bit of peace of mind out there that, yes, the Department of Environment and Heritage Protection are removing problem crocodiles, but we don't want to be lured into a false sense of security that the department is out there removing every crocodile, because that is not what they're about. We have to recognise that they're a very important predator in our ecosystem, and we need the crocodile out there in the ecosystem for it to be nice and healthy. So croc safety is not about removing crocodiles. Okay, we're going to talk a bit more about that as the show goes on, because everyone loves seeing crocodiles jump around and feeding, But what we want you to go away from this experience is knowing how easy it is to actually stay safe from this predator. Because it is a very, very easy way to stay safe from them, purely based on the way that they operate. Now I want to demonstrate one more thing, guys, before we move on. If we can get everyone to be really, really quiet, I'm going to put this bit of kangaroo tail right in the corner of his jaws. And I just want us to listen for a second. So let's be really quiet, kids. I don't know if we heard that. We'll try again. There we go. Okay, he's literally crunched straight through that bit of kangaroo tail. Now again, it just goes to show you how much bite force these animals have at their disposal. So again, it's a really timely reminder that we don't want to position ourselves anywhere near the water or in the water where we will be looked at as food. Okay, so a great way to start our show, guys. We've seen some really cool behaviours from our largest crocodile here at the park bully. What we're going to do now is we're going to go and check out another very iconic crocodile for the Townsville region. His name is Jupiter, and where you can find Jupiter's enclosure is we're going to head down the pathway here. We're going to turn left, follow it down past the old emu enclosure. You're going to see a big blue sign with the number 3 on it. Jupiter's enclosure is just there on the right, and